Hi, I'm Roger at Cave Dog Enterprises, and our first video we compared the various Ponton models. This one we're going to look at two 180 Pontons in 1954 and 1961. And there's more different than you might expect. This has the narrow grille. On the 61, it's a wider grille that actually matches the fintails. And so the hood's a little different. These are different. These don't belong there. I put them on because I thought they looked nice. This has the three-piece bumper. Here, and here it splits. On the newer cars, it's here. And I think flathead engines and 6-volt systems are cool. So it's got the flathead motor, 6-volt battery. There's no firewall on this one. What else should I tell you? The air filters are really hard to get, so I put on a little air filter. I had something bigger on there, but then the hood wouldn't close. Now, this one was originally sold in France and brought back. Mercedes didn't have a dealership network until they signed with Studebaker in, I think, August of '58. So here's a plate from the dealership in France where it was sold. And these are made of cardboard. I patched this side with a Hemmings Motor News ad. And on the other side, I patched it with an ad for a local cafe that I like. What can I tell you about the engine here? I think that's everything for the motor. Okay. Oh, let me show you the master brake cylinder. This is a spare. On the more recent cars, instead of the big nut here, it's got the 2 bolts that's typical, so you can't interchange them. The fluid reservoir is wrapped around the master cylinder and difficult to see in and fill and stuff, but kind of annoying. If you need one of these, I couldn't find one or a rebuild kit in North America. I got a master cylinder and a rebuild kit from Werner Karschen, Germany. The door panel has more of these, I think, decorative buttons and the older style armrest. And this is the door handle to open it from basically the pre-war models. That's different on the later cars. This piece of bakelite on both sides doesn't, there should be a bar in the middle, doesn't indent. On the newer car there's an indent. The wood here is wrong. That should be bakelite plastic. What else can I tell you? This piece is broken. I added a little voltmeter. It's good to have a voltmeter. The clock is different. My rear view mirror, I've gotten some requests for a right side mirror. I don't think there was one sold. But with one of these curved clip-ons, you can see pretty well over there. Oh, I almost forgot the turn signal. The turn signal is here. Oh, and the window is all one piece. On the newer car, there's a vent window. And that's a little different. And the door cards, some of the trim will be different. This one, somebody must have put on a truck mirror at some point in the past. Oh, and if you... look under there, I don't know, Steve probably doesn't want to, maybe I'll... Okay. I don't know if this is going to show. It's dark under there. It's a double jointed rear axle, and the gas tank is currently out of... There's a 5-gallon tank in there. These are wrong. This is this is a later taillight lens. If we come over to this car here, this is the correct taillight lens for the 54. It's a little bit smaller. The newer ones there, they bolted right on and they were available, so I didn't have much choice. What else is there? Okay, on to the newer car. Got the wider grille and hood. It's a two-piece bumper instead of three. This one's really pretty. My thanks to Dave for bringing it here. It's got the vent window, or what did you call it, a wing window? Wing window. Wing window. 61 180C. It's got the vent window, which is really nice for defrosting the windshield. It has a conventional turn signal switch. It's got the wider horn pad. This is the wrong horn ring. The clock is a little bit different. The adjuster's in the center. This one has a working radio, which is a tough thing to find. The bakelite here is a little bit different. It's got the indentations and plastic instead of chrome. It has the correct bakelite piece of trim here, not like the wood I have in mine. Very nice mirror. This is what the mirror is supposed to look like. On the really early ones, they screw in. On the later ones, it's a snap with a spring. They did that because it's safer. If your head hits the mirror in a collision, it's better to have the mirror come off than your head break. Oh, the armrest is different also. This is similar to the Fintails. Door latches are a little bit different. It's got the single jointed rear axle that I'm not going to climb under there to show you. Oh, we should look at the engine. Now, this engine looks right, but it's from a 190. A 190. But it's got the overhead camshaft and does not have a firewall like a lot of them do. But it's pretty similar to the 180, the later 180s, not the early 180s. Thank you. Here's the reservoir for the master brake cylinder. Much easier to see it and fill it. Then there's just a tube that runs down to it. Fuse box is held up a little bit differently. What am I forgetting? Oh, if we can come back to this one briefly. This I added so I can lock the trunk. It's got the older style license plate lights, which also work as a trunk opener. This I added so I can see to back up, because these are just too dim to function as more than a, hey, the car might back up. But that you can sort of see what you're doing. And okay, let's go look at the back of this one. It's got the larger taillight lens with a built-in reflector. License plate lights are here. It's got a nice opening for the hood, for the trunk lid, two-piece bumper, and don't forget, I think this is really cool, a Kennedy for President bumper sticker. All the way with JFK. Oh, and you'll find me as Old Cave Dog on eBay. I have a lot of parts.